Hello everyone, and welcome to my first indie game devlog. I will talk about Roma's Odyssey, the game I'm currently working on. This game actually came to existence because of a lot of actions, mainly because, let's say, what Unity did previous time. It hit me like a truck, but on the other hand, it got me to know Godot, which I didn't knew before, and now I just don't want to take anything else. So in order to know Godot, I started to create Roma's Odyssey, a game, a platformer game that I've been working on for a few months now, and I have some great ideas, and here I fell down. But I wanted to show you my starting progress and what to expect in the future. And I decided to show you the very early beginning states because most of the things that I see in videos is that it's already a fair playable version. Of course, mine is playable as well. But in order to get there, you need to have some basic things set up. So let's say, for example, this test scene here. Let's start with that. I have a test scene that I dedicate to test like my character's movement, my enemies, some collisions, all things like that. So can I stand on this or not? No, because I slide off it, like things like that. And I think this is important because you need to have some kind of playing grounds, right? And for example, here as well, this enemy will shoot at me. Can I dodge it? If I take damage, you'll lose quad heart, as you can see here. The hearts might not look that nice though, but at least I can test my system, right? So if it hits me, I will take damage, stuff like that. Same for these weird looking fishes. If I hover over them, I tested a system that will act as a buff or a debuff. So you can see they appear here, and after a while they're gone because they are buffs or debuffs, and I want to actually be able to get them temporarily on my character or fully on my character. And that's how I currently work further on it. So what is the main goal of my game actually? Let's get back into that. Let's show you my beautiful starting screen. So why do I create it like this? I just create it so I can get along with it. I also create a few settings here just to test some things, like I can say borderless, I can go full screen, but that's not the thing right now. I wanted to show you about the game we're working on, right? So if we're gonna start the game, you may see that we get in some kind of level. I can grab some items and I can actually move on. The main idea of this game is that each time that you play this game, everything is randomized. So every time that you would play the game, you'll have a total different game, unless you use a seed script, of course. So if you see this right now, you can see that this is the current build. But let's say that I close this one and I rerun the game, it's going to be different. So as you can see, there's another platform here that wasn't there before. I'm taking this up, I can just move on. And as you can see, let's have a look at the other side. It might be random, but it could be the same. And that's how the game will work for me. As you can see, there's another platform in between. And there's an enemy here, just for test purposes. But this is essentially how I want to build the game. And let's get me into detail a bit more with the drawing. The idea of my game essentially is that each time when you play the game, you'll have a level. You have a start location and you have like the end location. So, and in between, we will have some blocks that are generated, so on the platforms, and you have some enemies and items, everything that you can think of. Each time when you finish this level, you will continue to the next one. So as well, an start location and an end location, and in between you have some randomized blocks. Okay, so what could also happen? So let's imagine that you finish this one, the game will be totally randomized, so you will get a new block. But I also want to add special cases like a boss. So imagine after 2 runs, you already face a boss, which is maybe a bit weird, but the boss will scale as the levels will. So you can get in a boss, you beat the boss, and you can continue again to the next level. And that's how the game will be until you hit the end condition. Start to end, and you have some platforms in between. Now, all of these levels will be totally randomized, as I said before, but also in a certain team. So what you saw here before is like some grasslands theme, but I will add some other teams as well, like for example underground or in space or some Tokyo team, all kinds of stuff, a pirate team. I got all kinds of idea sets. And I'm working with GraphPix. It's a great website where a lot of graphics are, because I'm not that good with pixel art. I also hire an artist for creating my my player character. So to that regard. But now that's one thing. Secondarily, as I said before, everything is randomized. What does that mean? That means for every run that you will do, it will be different. And I've been working on that as well. So if I, for example, press my enter button, you will see that I will work with some seeds. So I have a code here. And if you would use this code, you could be able to play the same levels, bosses, get the same items, everything like that. But if you don't want that, you can just close it. You can rerun it. And you will get in a total new run. So each time it will be different. And this is actually the main idea for my game. So you will each time get into different things, different levels. You will get different buffs, debuffs. I also get some ideas from Isaac's Binding, to be honest, because it's always randomized and it's always fun when you play it with a friend. So I want to add co-op in it as well, and I want to add some fun bosses at the end as well. The idea is also that you will be able to attack, as you can see. So in that regard, you will also be able to find items, power-ups, get them, increase your character, build on it, almost everything. I will add some NPCs that will interact with you. A lot of ideas, I know, but you know, we have to start somewhere. And as you may look, I have some basics here and I worked with it. But you know, there's a lot of time that goes into things. For example, if I want to spawn those platforms, there's a lot of testing going on, a lot of things, because I want to be able that those platforms actually take enough distance from each other, that there's a start position and end position. Not all platforms can be like that. So a lot of things to take into account as well. Like for example, this is ground 0, which is for the grasslands level and can be put in the pool. So if it's in the pool, it means it can be taken out. But depending on which state of level you are, so let's say we go back here, and let's say that you are already, you went further and you have this level, you go a bit further here, you get here. Let's imagine that we have it like this. So let's say this is 1, and then you have 2, and then 3, and you continue, 4, 5, and this is level 6. So if this is level 6, it means that this should be harder. And that's what I will also add in my game. So if you enter on this platform, the platform will have specific ways of increasing the way you need to play on it. So it will be much harder than you saw before. For example, I could remove these blocks, I could add hard enemies, I could add some specific meteors falling down or some special effects in the game, things like that. And I know it might not look like much right now, but the idea is here and the basics are set, so I'm building on it. And I'm currently already at the state that I will be able to build the game itself, as you might see. So I can play the game, it builds it. All I need to do right now is start creating the levels or the platforms for the levels, modify them, and also add the enemies. And when that's done, I will have at least a playable alpha version of the game, which will be amazing, at least in my opinion, and I hope you will like it as well. So to that regard, this is a short introduction to my game. I hope that you enjoyed it, and as you can see, I'm missing some parallax effect here as well, so it's not perfect yet. But if my unit continues invisible for some reason, yeah, I didn't add that yet. So as you can see, there's a lot of things still to do, but there is progress, and the progress will eventually turn into a great game, hopefully. Okay, no, for real, thank you for your attention. If you're interested in more updates or how this will turn out, then please subscribe. Have a look at my future videos. I will definitely go into more detail If you have questions about something that you see, feel free to ask, and I truly hope to see you soon again. So bye bye.